Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my hijab story and what my hijab means to me. Let's first look at what is the meaning of hijab. So hijab is actually an Arabic word and the literal meaning is a barrier or a partition. But in Islam, hijab is more than what its literal meaning is. It's basically a principle of modesty that includes both our behaviors and our dressing style. And this thing that's wrapped around my head is called a scarf, and it's the most visible form of hijab. And hijab is something that's been asked to be followed by both males and females. So that was a brief introduction of what hijab is. Now let's move on to my hijab story. Ever since I could remember, I have been wearing a scarf, and my earliest memories are of me throwing a temper tantrum before going outside the house because I couldn't find my scarf, with full-on tears and sobs and hiccups. Back in the days, I used to wear those triangular hijabs that you would just put on your head and tie a knot at front. And how it all started was, as a kid, I always saw my mom wearing a hijab and covering herself up before going outside the house. And it was something that I started imitating. And it's so cool as well. I admire my mother. She is my role model and I love her to death. And to know that I share this thing that's so personal, that's so spiritual, and that's so intimate with her, it's like awesome. I was her little hijabi buddy. And growing up, I never really had any struggles with wearing the hijab because as a kid, I imitated, and it was something that came naturally to me because I was like, okay, someone in my home is doing it. And also the fact that I live in a city where it is really common for people to wear a hijab, it was never really frowned upon. As a kid, I imitated, and my mother obviously told me some of the basics, why we are doing it, why we do this, who we do it for, and all that kind of stuff. But I think it never really sticks. So I remember when I was 9 or 10 maybe, I consciously understood why we do this, why we wear a scarf, why we observe hijab, and who we do it for. And the school I went to was an Islamic school, so we were supposed to wear scarves. So it wasn't anything that was unusual for other people. I was surrounded with people who were wearing scarves, and it was something that was natural, and it was something that was home to me. The only time I felt like an outsider was when I went to university, and it was not exactly a feeling of being an outsider, but it was something that was unusual because there were only a few girls in my class who used to wear a hijab. But I wouldn't say that I struggled with it. So I think when your base and your foundations are really strong and really firm and you know who you are doing it for, you don't go astray in that sense. And I think that Allah really protects us too. Now let's move on to what my hijab means to me. Number one is it's been asked by Allah. It's something that my creator has asked. He is my creator. He built me. He blessed me with so many things. And he has asked me something. He has asked me to do something. And it's his right to ask me. And in return, it's my responsibility to answer his calls and to do what he has asked me to. But it's a choice. You can decide to wear it or you can decide not to wear it. It's something that happens between a person and his creator. It's a commitment that I have made with Allah, and it's something that I do because I love him. Number two is it's my choice. It shows my empowerment. I am empowered because I know what has been asked of me, and because I know my rights, because I know that I can use those things, and because I know that God has asked me to, and no one can say no to that, and no one can say that I am supposed to be wearing this because they want me to wear it. A lot of people say that Muslim women who wear hijabs or who wear scarves are oppressed. But honestly, you cannot force a person to wear something for their entire lives. Because if they were forced to do it, and if they go outside of their home, or if they get outside of that situation, they will stop wearing it in most of the cases. But it doesn't really happen in most of the cases. So it's not oppression. We choose it for ourselves. We are empowered women who know what we have been asked to do. Number three, it's my identity. When I go out in the public, people know with this thing on my head that I am a Muslim. And with this thing on, people know that I have certain boundaries and they can't cross those boundaries. But at the end of the day, wearing a hijab doesn't mean that I am a better Muslim than someone who is not wearing a hijab, because at the end of the day, it's a choice that Allah has given us. It's something that we decide if we want to do it or not. So it doesn't make me a better Muslim because we all are sinners. We all sin differently and we all ask for forgiveness. I pray that may Allah make us better Muslims every single day. I consider hijab a part of modesty, and I do it for Allah and no one else. I don't do it for people, and wearing a hijab doesn't make me less of a human being, or it doesn't mean that I have less brain cells than any other person. It just means that I have chosen to do this. I am empowered enough to do it, so I have done it. It's my choice. And we don't have the right to judge anyone on the basis of what type of hijab they're wearing it, or if they're wearing one or not, or how they're wearing it, or whatever. So leave people be. Allah is taking care of everything and He knows best. And that's it for this video, guys. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And tell me in the comments below your hijab story and also what your hijab means to you. If you want to follow me on my socials, the links are in the description. And I will see you guys really soon, inshallah. Till then, take care. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.